We're only about 100 members. We want to create an appreciation for the community. So some of the original founding families, the Kelly family, the Shooties, the Smiths, the Marones, got together and decided that that was something that was important to them, was to document their family history, but also the city's history. Carlsbad was founded primarily because of mineral water. It became a big resort. That was the draw, that it was a healthful place for people to come. There was a hotel that was built in the 1880s here on this coast. In the 1880s, a real estate group decided they were going to build a town. That was a sort of a fiasco because there was a Great Depression in Southern California and didn't go anywhere. It was the ranch families and the farmers that kept the town going from the 1890s to after World War II. World War II brought a lot of lifeblood back into the community because Camp Pendleton was built in Oceanside. And so all these families that came to support their spouses who were at Pendleton really liked Carlsbad, and between that influx of new blood and also the connection with Colorado River water, that was the impetus for modern Carlsbad. This is the back hallway of the McGee House, which we use as a museum. Most of these are toys that children who were raised in Carlsbad at one time were donating to us to keep on permanent display. This dollhouse, as a matter of fact, was built for a little girl during the Depression. Her folks made all of the furniture inside. This was something that she received for her Christmas present because her folks couldn't afford to buy a present. One of the very first schools in Carlsbad was the Calavera School. We had someone build a replica of the original school. This bedroom is dedicated to Florence Shipley McGee. Florence Shipley moved here in 1891 with her parents Alexander and Julia Shipley. She married into the McGee family. They were ranchers up in outside of Pala, and they were also bean farmers. Florence moved away when she was married and came back when she was widowed into this house where she lived until the 1970s. Upon her death, she deeded the house to the city of Carlsbad. This is like a little office. This chaise is from Florence Shipley McGee. The roll-top desk is from the Kelly family, which are the one of the original land grant owners. One of the premier places was called the Twin Inns. It was originally built as a family home by Gerhard Schutte, and his family sold the property, and it became a very well-known restaurant in San Diego, noted for their family-style meals and particularly for their chicken. And they served chicken on blue willow pattern china. These plates, as well as the aprons that we have hanging over here, were all at that restaurant. Those were donated to us by a former waitress. This piece is really outstanding. It's called a crazy quilt. Samuel Church Smith, the builder of this house, he built the house in 1887, only lived here a few years, went bankrupt, had to go to San Diego. But his wife and daughters made this quilt. If you had a quilt like this in your house, it was a sign that you were fairly wealthy because you had available time for your wife and daughters to use frivolously. What's unique about crazy quilts, each piece is like a memory book or a scrapbook. It tells a story about the family. They have a centennial ribbon. They have a little saying in here about a blizzard. They have another one about the Dakotas, 1884. There's a little crocheted piece that says, "Oh, you are a blonde." What that means, no one knows. And that's primarily what we're here for. We are here to preserve all the pieces of Carlsbad history. The oral histories, photographs, memories, as well as physical artifacts.